The biggest human rights challenge for Indigenous peoples are the continuing systematic violation of our collective rights and human rights. I myself is being accused as a terrorist for my work in the Philippines in defending the lands, territories, and resources of Indigenous peoples against destructive projects such as large-scale mining, dams, and agribusiness. And Indigenous peoples at this juncture is facing even more criminalization and even killings because of their actions in defending their land. If we look at the remaining natural resources of the world now, it is largely in the territories of Indigenous peoples. And there's a lot of interest both by states and the private sector, especially big corporations, to take over these resources for what they say contribution to development, including sustainable development. So they are taking over these lands without even consultation and consent of Indigenous peoples who are the owners of these lands and resources. And of course, when they take over these lands and resources, Indigenous peoples resist because our lives are dependent on these resources. And that's where conflicts happen, and that's where the military is being used to arrest and detain and silence or threaten, harass Indigenous people. So that is the scenario that we see across the globe, both in developed and developing countries.